I am Doomsvince, and this is day 7 of Spawn Year.
Yesterday I complained that Spawn was too passive, just waiting for danger to come to him. In this issue, he blows up Mafia boss Tony Twist's office, forces a second confrontation with Overkill, stabs the cyborg in his prosthetic eye, and literally blows him into little pieces. So he's getting better. It's hard naturally to totally condone Spawn's eye for an eye mentality. On the other hand, Overkill is a huge force to be reckoned with. Probably not as dangerous to Spawn as Spawn says he is. Last issue he claimed he was lucky not to be dead, which is hard to swallow after he was still standing when Violator ripped his heart out. But he was trying not to drain his powers, so maybe he could die if he didn't magically heal himself. I'm giving myself a headache. At any rate, Overkill was a professional assassin who was physically evenly matched with Spawn and would have kept coming if Spawn hadn't taken care of him. And Al used to also be a professional killer, so his morality is totally different from the readers. You'll be the judge, regardless of what McFarlane calls him, as to whether a hired gun resurrected from hell who blows up his enemies is a superhero. I like the attention McFarlane is giving to Spawn's costume this issue, both that it may have a mind of its own when Spawn takes his cape off because it's too cumbersome and it slithers after him, and also that if Spawn doesn't remember what he is now, he can't operate. During his fight with Overkill, the cyborg gets the upper hand by yanking on Spawn's stray chains. This is a nice character bit. Al is comfortable with guns. That's his element. This is a great illustration of Al trying to cling to his former life and failing. I also like that Spawn fights for more than himself, taking up for the bums in the alley who have welcomed him. Twist's men killed several of them, and enjoyed it, just to draw Spawn out. One of the bums, Bobby, suggests they just leave, but Spawn insists on fighting for their right to live and to protect what little they have. Considering that, Bobby may have a point. Maybe Spawn is a hero. I like that Spawn himself wrestles with that question as much as I do. This is a pretty well-told 2-issue story, with Spawn finally trying to come up with a solution to his power drainage problem, and I like that he's still forced sometimes to use them, like when he has to teleport away from CIA agents. And mysterious setup to hopefully soon be followed up on, like who murdered Al. Doomsvince doesn't make me read the letters pages, but seeing as I don't have much better to do sitting in this spooky and perpetually dark graveyard all the time, I do. I haven't commented on them, but it's interesting to see readers' praises and complaints, and also to see McFarlane talk about how awesome it is to run his own company and how gimmicky DC and Marvel are. A little funny, coming from a guy who's put 2-page posters of the real-life Spawnmobile race car in the last 2 issues. Issue 6 even includes a transcript of a speech he gave at Jack Kirby's birthday at the San Diego Comic-Con in 1992, where he called Marvel out for not having any respect for its creators, especially Kirby, Ditko, and Stan Lee. He had a point, but given his new stature and fame at Image, it reads as a bit self-serving, and I wonder if it was met with much applause or stunned silence. One letter of this issue talks of the backlash parents had against the Billy Kincaid issue, afraid of children seeing such, quote, light being made of a brutal child killer. I didn't see it that way, and neither did the reader, who suggests issue 5 isn't sensationalized, but rather a testament to the fact that the horrors of reality far outweigh the horrors of the imagination, and suggests that if an 11 or 12-year-old did get his hands on it and had thoughtful parents who pay attention to their kids, a constructive conversation with the kid might teach him something. I tend to agree. A book whose central character is a man brought back from hell should naturally address our real-world hells. McFarlane says he's proud of the issue, and he doesn't address the issue of kids reading his books. I do think he may have purposefully left it ambiguous as to what ages his books are for, and doesn't think he needs a parental guidance warning because the Comics Code Authority was still around, and not having their seal was probably enough for him. There's also an amusing letter from Atomic Comics, angry with McFarlane for calling their owner a liar in the letters page for issue 5, because they claimed he was making a store appearance he says he never agreed to. McFarlane responds saying he used his name without permission. Who knows what really happened, but it was sure odd to read McFarlane calling a retailer a liar for everyone to see in a highly successful national publication. Wow, am I still writing? What issue was I reviewing? 9? I suppose I'm finding these letters pages as interesting as the issues themselves. I hope Doomsvince doesn't make me rewrite this entry next time the Alan Moore issue. I'm actually kind of excited for tomorrow. I wonder how many days into this before I never say that again. Signed, Captain Logan.